Okay, so I'm gonna go through Lens once again in 30 seconds. Lens is a Windows and Mac web browser that allows you to create custom collections of web views that you can come back to every day. Um, I did stuff like hide the header and hide the links, and it allows this wonderful, nice um, ability to circle through the web views by moving the mouse buttons. You're also able to hide the scroll bars, and you're also able to simultaneously scroll. It has cloud backups, and it has many other features, which I will be going through in a deeper dive to show exactly how you download the product, install, and activate. Thank you. Okay, so when you're downloading the product, first thing you have to do is sign in. So let's make sure we kind of get that going. You sign in. Every new user is granted only two downloads and one token. This does mean if you were to create a new Gmail in the future, you'll get access to a brand new version of Lens. Um, but if you want to help, pay for the product and support it, it would be nice to actually pay for a premium account. But anyway, so you're logged in, download for Mac, you click it, and it will go ahead and download it for you. Download for Windows, you click it and it will once again go ahead and download it for you. Both of those are downloading right now. And the Mac installation is very, very simple. Um, because I've signed the app with my personal developer account. The Windows application, I believe, is simple as well. But I've only used it on the machine that I developed it on, and it was unsigned. So for Mac, all you do, you open this up and you drag Lens into your application folder, um, which I'll go ahead and replace my instance. Oh well, the item's in use, so it can't be completed, but that's basically it's as simple as that. Windows, you unzip it and you run this. You might get some security warnings on Windows because again, I didn't sign the application. That's okay. You just have to click through the security uh, notifications and you can install it. I've already tested it on my Windows machine. So that's the simple installation. Again, on Mac, you just drag it into the applications folder and it should work perfectly because the app has been signed by my developer account. Windows, you double click it and you go through some prompts and you will be good to go. It's just so long as you override some of the security settings, it shouldn't be too bad. Let's go over actually authorizing it. So when you first open Lens, you'll see this. You need an authentication token. Every new account, as I said before, comes with one authentication token and then two downloads. So you go into your account. Um, you will actually won't see this yet. If your account hasn't generated a token, you'll see this. No active tokens. You click generate a new token, it will send you a token to use. And I'm going to delete this token after I record the video because then you'll have access to this token. But anyway, you go in and you paste, you authenticate, and then your app is unlocked and ready to go. Now, it's using a prior configuration here from my other instance, and that's because the Chromium engine that powers this is accessing both places on my disk. Sorry if that went over your head, but usually when you just start it, it will be completely blank and everything will just say google.com and every collection of web views will have just one simple arrangement. If you notice, I try and use the cloud syncing buttons, I'm immediately taken to upgrade my account. So I try and use cloud syncing. That's where this is. This is settings. This is web view, delay, keyboard shortcuts, and then it will tell you where you're logged in as, and I'll explain that later. This is how you modify your custom configuration of your web view layout, which again, everything is saved to your machine and also to the cloud. So if you don't pay for premium, look, you're still going to be able to download Lens and you're still going to be able to open it every single time and it'll look just as it ever was. But if you want to do stuff like backing up your collections to a cloud, using them across multiple computers, syncing stuff like that, then you start having to pay for some of the premium features. But as a user who doesn't pay for anything, you can actually still use a decent amount of the features in the web browser. All the stuff is stored to your local storage. So it will come back and you'll be able to use a pretty good version of Lens completely for free. So that is the part that has to do with how you authorize it. Now I can go into upgrading. So upgrading your account is very simple. If you've never created your wallet, you're going to be on this screen. And again, once you upgrade your account, you have access to cloud syncing downloads, 100 downloads. If you run out of downloads, by the way, from the 100, I'll give you some more. Access tokens, you get 5, so you could sync on up to 5 devices. And premium features, I will be rolling out new premium. So let's go ahead and actually click it. You click upgrade account and it will create a Solana wallet for you. You have to do these things in this order, which is you send zero point 0.1 Sol to this wallet address, which is your wallet address, and then you deposit 1,000 LEN tokens to this wallet address. These tokens are then burned. This doesn't happen automatically. This happens on a script that runs every 24 hours. This also this token from this point one will either be moved into the dev wallet or another deposit address. But right now it will just sit in the account. But anyway, after you do these two things, your account is completely activated and you can use Lens. So basically, first you send point one to this address, you copy it, anyone in crypto will know. Um, and then this will turn green after you hit refresh balance. Then you buy 1,000 Lens tokens, and then it will also turn green because you have once again activated your account. And that's as simple as the steps needed to turn on the account. You send zero point 0.1 Sol, again, non-refundable. This is going to be used to be paying for some of the server costs. You send 1,000 Lens tokens. Do not send more than 1,000 Lens tokens because all these tokens will be burned. So if you accidentally send 10,000, there's a script that's going to run and it's going to burn all your tokens. So only send exactly 1,000 tokens. That's how you turn on the service. Once those two steps are complete, you'll have access to different um, 5 different tokens that you can use for authentication. You'll have 100 download remaining, and you'll have access to this wonderful backup section, which I will show you all shortly. But I'm going to go ahead and put some money in the Solana wallet and send it to this upgrade portion so you can see what it looks like after that step is completed. Thank you. Okay. The next step is I'm actually going to walk through is funding your account. So at this point, you will have created your wallet address, and now it just needs to be funded. Um, these steps need to be completed in order, by the way. So first, you have to send your Sol because that's what turns the account on. So I'm going to go ahead and copy the address. I'm going to open my Phantom wallet, which I just added funds to, and I'm going to send to my deposit address. It's important for you guys to understand too. You guys don't own this address. This is just an address that we're creating on your behalf to turn your services on. So I'm going to go ahead and send. I'll click refresh balance here, and beautiful, my Sol deposit has been confirmed. The next step is actually buying the token. So head back over here. We're going to switch to Lens. We're going to buy exactly 1,000 tokens. And remember not to buy more because that will actually create these tokens are going to be burned. And if you buy more tokens than you need, and if you send them to your wallet, they're all going to be burned. You can buy tokens by yourself for if you want to, but that also makes the price of the service that is Lens more expensive for other users. That being said, I may or may not release some features in the future which require additional Lens tokens. So anyway, let's go to the second part, which is simply sending your Lens once again to your deposit address that we've generated for you. Again, I need to reiterate, these tokens will be burned after you send them. So be careful not to send more than 1,000 tokens, um, which currently costs 5 cents. All right, refresh balance, and bang, you're activated. Hello, friends, welcome back. So now your account has been activated, and no one can take that away from you. Once it's active, it's active. You have a premium Lens account, so you have cloud syncing downloads, access tokens, and more premium features, which I'll release soon. So let's go back into Lens. I'm going to say actually log out after you activate. because I think I need to you need to kind of like put this token back in for it to recognize that you've been activated. So you could log out, you log back in with your token, um, and now you will have access to cloud syncing. And remember, you don't need to activate more than once. You only need to activate once, and then your account's good to go. So I'm going to go in a different collection. And I'm going to show you how this thing kind of works. I'm going to pull from the cloud. This is how you instantiate a pull, and this will update a previous collection that I've had. So let's go into Lens again. Um, the I guess where it really shines for me is when you enter full screen mode. When you hide with the H key, you hide the header. With the L key, you hide the link section, and you get this beautiful, unadulterated scrolling experience where you can experience all the websites that you visit that you customly curate yourselves and see them in an absolutely beautiful fashion. I mean, it to me it's just I use it every day. This is how I look at various things that I followed and that I'm into, um, various data. With the S key, you can actually hide the scroll bar. So a lot of the stuff is customizable. But let's go into the features, okay? I'm going to hold this for 3 seconds, and this will appear again. So let's take a couple of steps back. Each one of these is a collection. And each one of these, 1 through 9, is a collection of web views that you can order in a custom arranged way. This is how you modify every grid layout for every section. So let's say I want to add another column down here. For this, sorry, another row. This is currently selected. I want to add another row. I click Save Layout, and then I once again have to press go on these to refresh. This is known. I'm going to fix that, by the way. But let's say I want to have crypto news, and I want to put this inside of this workspace now. So this is now part of the collection. Um, and then I want to save this. So what I would do is I'd click in here because when we were modifying stuff in here, we were selecting this. The application needs to have the main component selected. So you hit H again, and you would go ahead. And if you want this to be saved to your collection, you go ahead and push. And sometimes this takes a little while because the account was recently activated, but now you'll notice a way to actually view this is in your backup section of the website. We haven't pushed any to the red collection. We've pushed them into the green. I did off the video, but we just pushed a new backup. So it's 9:27 a.m. We see these URLs. You can kind of look and see the new collection that you just added, which is this. Where was that? This was in this one, I believe. Yeah, we added a crypto news, and you can see not only does Web's Lens save the actual layout and the browser, it actually saves the scroll position, so it will return the exact place that you scrolled every single time. Now, let's say you want to go back and you don't like this layout that you made. Um, Even though you backed it up, you realize you made a mistake. So you can click this and you can see in this one, we don't have this little thing that we added, this new web view for this collection. And we can go ahead set this as active. Then when we head on back over to Lens, you go ahead and you download again, and you should see this disappear. Let's hope this works. It does. And this product might not be perfect. Again, this is literally version 1.000. So if you guys find a bug, again, I'm just one person. I will fix it for you. Don't worry. I will maintain this. Um, but yeah, so let's go into some of these features over here. So the hotkeys, again, I think they make everything. They're really nice. Left and right key, just scroll from collection to collection. Up and down scrolls up, and this can be used inside an individual instance of a web view, or this can be used across the whole application. 1 through 9 toggles the collections. I'm going to add more web views because I know some of you guys have very powerful machines, and you might be able to support up to 25 collections or something, each with their own web views. So I will be doing that. Go back to settings. What other hotkeys do we have? S is the scroll bar visibility. So if we type in S, we could see a scroll bar here on the right. This one you can barely see, but this will hide and show the scroll bar. Here on Twitter, if you hit the up and down arrows, you notice we don't scroll. That's because Twitter, you need the scroll bar shown, then you can scroll. So again, hiding the scroll bars via a nice hotkey, just another way for you to get more data on your screen and save some of that precious screen space that we all need. H and L, again, toggle the header visibility. L toggles links. So then you can once again get this amazing unadulterated web view experience. If you hold this for 3 seconds, this pulls us back up again, by the way. So this is interesting web view loading delay. This is a smart algorithm that will load your web views based on the domain of a website at certain random intervals. So let's say I go ahead and we activate very safe mode, which I'm not recommending you do because this is very, very safe. But let's say we go back over to our pump funds, we hit the R key, which refreshes everything. You're going to notice a very staggered refresh of these websites because we set something to 5 seconds and then we hit the R key, and that will introduce an interval for refreshing everything. And you can see this just refreshed and this refreshed and this refreshed and this refreshed. That is very safe so that these who's ever running the web servers, if you open enough of these and you constantly hit refresh, you're gonna get blocked. So if you hit 0 and you hit refresh, I'm not gonna do it. Everything refreshes automatically. But if you keep doing this and you just start spamming it, most big websites have detection algorithms in place. So I would leave this at about 1. And this will, again, when you hit the R key or when you initially load the app, will introduce a smart staggering of loading to these things so that you can view them safely and so that you don't get picked up as like some type of bot or something like that. Twitter is also someone, you know, it's okay. I set it at 1 second and then I didn't get any errors for that. But yeah, that's the essence of the initial features. I think I will record another video more in depth, but this is how you kind of arrange the each configuration. You could add another column, you could add some rows to each. All of a sudden, this is 4. You can literally go crazy with these things. Um, and again, you will need to show the links. You would basically enter all these individual links and you'd save them. And by the way, I have to mention, um, if you have a computer with really high resolution, like you're looking at some 6K monitor, that's where this thing could absolutely shine because you could put in a huge resolution data and information to a bunch of websites, hit the R key, which refreshes everything. Again, these don't load initially, but because we don't want them taking up memory, right? But yeah, hit the R key, and then it would basically refresh everything, and you would have access to all that data. And where this gets exciting is because you control all the web views and their configuration. All the state is actually stored inside this application. So when we talk about stuff like remote tunneling and actually using Lens as a server as a service, not just something for a human to view, something you could actually tunnel into and access remotely if you keep it running, of course, like a server. That's where I think this application gets interesting because then it changes use cases completely from this nice, beautiful newspaper you're reading every day that you've customly configured for your own things to something where you are actually using the data and accessing the data that you created for yourself in a custom curated way remotely. And that's when you could do stuff like LLM integration, where you parse everything, you run it through like some type of RAG system. If you're vectorizing it, you could do that, which might be overkill, or it could just simply be like an OCR where you basically scrub all the images for text and then you run and inject like an LLM prompt. And the last thing is, I will be upgrading this. We have 3 collection groups at launch. So I would select the green collection. I would once again pull this, and then it will go ahead and pull data from the cloud that I once again have backed up here, where you can see in my green collection, I have stored these. So if I were to change this, let's say I want a new column, and in this column I want 2 rows, then I once again, I'm gonna change this so this refreshes them automatically. But let's say I go to crypto.com, cool, and then I go to Kraken.com. I once again I push this. Sorry, I push this here. We should see it show up in my green collection. Once it stops turning blue, it means it has successfully pushed. By the way, guys, when you just set up your account, it might take a while to push your first configs to the back end. So just give it a little patience here, and let it be stay blue for a while. But after that, it'll happen pretty fast. So go back here, you refresh the page, and we see some of the new backups we've made. We can even view the URLs and we can see the stuff that we've added. So yeah, that's the V1 of Lens. Thanks again for watching and thanks for the support.